Alright. Alright, we live, live. Live, live there. Live there. Let's get some YouTube going on here. What should we watch?
In May 2022, deputies were sent to a residence.
Then we're gonna open YouTube. Like this. OBS. I'm gonna do. Where's window? Window capture. Okay. Alright. So then.
Following a report of a male threatening to enter the home in Clarno, Wisconsin. The caller stated a 21-year-old male was causing a disturbance, threatening to kick the door in and yelling about beer. The caller further advised she had no idea who the male was and that she was armed with a loaded firearm, prepared to use it if he entered. Upon arrival of several deputies, they could hear the male yelling at the top of his lungs and using his shoe to hit the home's window, appearing highly intoxicated.
Sheriff's office!
Wait, this is your window?
Sir, police!
Hey,
Sheriff's office!
get down here. No,
Sir, can you come over here to speak to us?
no.
Yes, come over here and talk to me.
This man wants to talk to you.
All right.
Then that's him.
Do you have anything on you?
No.
Guns, knives, anything like that?
Nothing. I don't have James.
Relax. We'll figure out what's
What's
going
this?
on, okay? Just relax.
Is this your wallet?
That's my wall.
Okay.
Right there.
Why don't we go down here and talk, okay?
See, no. Can I hit my vape at least?
We'll talk, okay?
No. Can I hit my vape at least? No.
Just come down here right now.
I'm not coming down here until I hit my vape. Can I hit my vape?
Where's your vape?
My vape is in my pocket. That's all I care about.
Did you have a vape? Well, check your pocket
Here,
then.
no, okay.
All I thought was the wallet.
You can check my pocket. Here. No, I don't give it.
Is that your
I don't
truck?
give-
Up there.
I don't give it.
Sheriff's office!
The homeowner mentioned he was sleeping on the couch when he was awakened by the male hitting the window.
Can you tell me a little bit what's going on?
I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm sleeping. I heard somebody come up on the porch. I heard hollering. I thought, well, what the hell's going on out there? All of a sudden he comes up and wants talking about beer in my yard, and there's other people out here in the yard. And
Do you know him?
I have no idea who that is. I mean, he wasn't bad at first, but he wanted me to open the door. And I said, I'm not opening the door. I said, what do you want? Something about beer in the yard. He didn't break the window, but he started just before you guys got here. He was going to go through that window, and he was going to rip the door off the hinges. Well, then open the door. I said, I'm not opening the door. What do you want? What do you want? Something about beer in the yard. He kept saying, he kept hollering for guys down the road here. But he acted like he thought he was at the bar.
I'm Deputy Mayor, Green County Sheriff's Office.
You're looking at me.
He's
I'm
looking
looking
at your
at
head.
Are you hurt?
Yeah. No, I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm fine.
Can you tell me
Yeah,
what
that's
happened?
fine. This man hit me at the bar. We were playing some darts.
Okay, what bar were you at?
This bar. And we were playing some darts, and this man socked me. And
Was
he
this tonight?
Upset. Tonight.
Okay.
And he was upset. And he hit 3 balls in, and he was upset. So like I was a little upset. So like, cause he hit the 6th ball, the 8th ball, and he definitely hit the 7th ball.
29 on 10-2. Can you start EMS to have subject looked at? Just need him looked over. He's got a pretty good bump on his head. Advise he was struck in a bar earlier tonight. Okay. And where was this at?
At this bar.
Okay.
But he was a little upset. I got a little
What town are you
upset.
in? How'd you get here?
If you want to ask Dylan, that's my drive. So
Dylan is your driver?
dealing with my driver. Driver set, driver's license. You got some nicotine on you?
We don't. Where do you usually keep your ID at, man?
Like the DID in there. Can I get a cigarette?
I don't have any cigarettes, man.
Somebody got a cigarette. I know you guys do.
I don't get a cigarette.
I know you guys
smoke.
do.
I told you, I don't smoke.
I don't smoke. Motherfucker. Damn, you guys smoke. Does he smoke?
Nope.
There we go.
We do not smoke, bud.
You guys smoke.
Nope.
What's your name? Edwards?
Nope, I'm Zach.
Edwards.
I'm Stromberg.
Stromberg.
Deputy Stromberg.
Hallmark.
Hallmark.
Just like the
Okay.
card, but I'm not related.
Hallmark Stromberg.
Hey Siri.
Yep. So you said the fight was
The
over
13
over you
minutes
guys
in.
playing pool?
The shot was over us playing pool.
I thought you told me it was over who gets the most drunk.
See, the guy who told you over most drunk, that's not a real story. We drank over real drunk,
Alright.
and this man hit a
That's good.
13, this man hit a 15, and I hit double 20s all day. Double 20s.
You said you don't live here?
No.
How much are you drinking, my bud?
I drank 2 beers, and then I drank a couple shots.
Does that work?
2, 3 shots. So, I mean, you can stay here on the corner. I'm not going to drive.
Okay,
So it doesn't matter.
that's fine.
It doesn't matter because I already saw you on the corner, so it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm gonna get my guy. I'm gonna get him to drive.
It's me. That's me. My 6K, baby.
What a different America out here. If I cruise up some of the haulers, you think that's a good idea?
You lost him again!
A lot of people don't understand that if it wasn't for coal mines, a lot of these people around here would be starving to death.
Feels like everybody picked up and left.
I came from a long line of drug users. I will be the first in my family to hold a college degree.
Are you the grandma of the hauler?
I guess.
Massive hit to a community like this.
I want to show people that we are more than just drugs and coal mining.
We work hard, we support our families, and we don't let nobody step in between that.
This place got me a little emotional. Good morning, guys. Here in Bluefield, West Virginia, and today we have quite an adventure we're going on. Driving through the south side of West Virginia, all the way over to Kentucky. And this is known,
I got an iron hat.
is one of the most impoverished places in the country. Now, this is former coal country. The industry was booming at one time. It's retracted quite a bit. Many people have left, but some have stayed. So today we're gonna get far out as we can, into the sticks to meet the locals, ask the questions, learn from them, and get a better understanding of what this region is like. Let's do this.
Lower prison, it's been 5 minutes.
Here we are in McDowell County, and so this is the poorest county in West Virginia. 25,600 is the average family income. See, a lot of these people have moved out. You have the coal truck here. Looks like an old school, Switchback Elementary School. So these trucks right here have brought out tons and tons of coal. And since a lot of that coal has declined, well, this is what happens to the towns. These were once thriving, busy storefronts, people walking around. You got great homes up here above. I'm sure those were like the managers, the coal mines. You can see a lot of these homes, just nature coming back, taking them over. Got a little grocery deli. It's like a jungle out here. These forests, very lush, very peaceful, very closed. This old place here. Looks like it's been around forever. A staple of the community. Pictures of families, people from the town, I'm sure. Oh, that's too bad. But what a different America out here. Look at this architecture, some beautiful buildings. What town is this?
This is the town of Kimber.
How long have you lived here?
It'll be 4 years this December. I moved here for work.
Cole?
Yes.
You don't think this video is gonna make 100 million?
I don't think so. Maybe if I was 6'5", 260 pounds full of muscle, maybe. Hey, T. You all right? I'm doing good, thank you, T. And that's my neighbor. He's T. You 76 yet? 77. This gentleman is making a video.
Making a video?
Of this area.
About Appalachia.
Come on over,
You wanna jump in, T? T's got stories, I can tell.
His name is Fred Johnson, and his wife's school children, she was a teacher.
Okay.
Nickname of T. Is the story.
Yeah, that's right. How you doing?
Good. Good T. Nah, it's a rental truck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Your name?
Peter Santinello.
Peter Santinello. Oh, nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too, T.
You won't find a better man than T.
I don't know.
T's the best man in town, or all of McDowell County?
I'd say in all McDowell County.
Thank you, Clarence. Thank
T,
you, man.
did you grow up here?
No, I grew up in Townsville, Virginia.
So how's McDowell County?
It's good. It's good. It's a nice, wonderful place to live. People are friendly. Everybody's friendly down here. You don't meet a stranger.
Yeah.
You know, if anybody can help you, they'll help you. If you're sitting on the side of the road at night and got a flat tire, they'll stop and change it. Or if they can't change it, they'll bring you home. Because we had a flood here back in 2002, and a lady from Bluefield worked at the Welch Hospital. And the water was up all the way through there, and she got to the end of town, and somebody called me, and I went down and got her and brought her up, and she spent the night with us, me and my wife. I let her stay with me, so I didn't know her from Adam.
So a lot of old school values out here.
Old school values, a lot.
What about the younger generation?
They're gone.
They're leaving. They're leaving town?
They're leaving town, and the ones that are here, they don't really care about anything. They just, most of them's on drugs.
Really?
Really, most of them drug problem
here.
Yeah.
So from my understanding, talking to some locals, it's either people are on drugs or people are super hardworking. There's like no in between.
no
It's
in
like you got two different groups, right?
Right, that's right. Two different groups. Mostly everybody around here is elderly, except Clarence.
I'm 60 and I'm not elderly.
Well,
yeah.
T's 77 and looking like you're about to play some hoops and dunk the ball.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I used to in my day. I did in my day, but old age catches up with you. Eventually, old age catches up with you.
Did you ever work in the mines, T?
No, I was an electrical motor repairman.
Okay.
I worked in that job for 43 years. We repaired mining motors, steel mill motors.
Yep.
I've been, I guess, just about all over the world working on different motors and stuff.
What do you mean, be careful going to Harlan County? Why?
On the road. There's a bunch of drunks on the road on the weekend. This is 4th of July weekend. You got to watch out for the young folks.
Okay, what about if I cruise up some of the haulers, like just randomly up some of the haulers? Do you think that's a good idea? Or just depends the one I go up?
It depends on the one you go up.
Okay.
It really depends.
Some of the haulers are real bad too.
Right.
I mean, the roads and
Yeah, the roads are real bad, even though you got a forward. You know what they call this, McDowell County? They call it the patch.
So could I fit into the patch, no problem?
No problem. You fit in.
Just gotta put a little of that on?
That's all. Just a little bit of personality and attitude, you'll be fine.
I'll be your neighbor, Mr. T. Pretty much everyone's involved with the coal industry here. There is a tourism industry starting with side-by-sides and people getting out on these trails here. But as you can see, even the
No, move. No.
a massive hit to a community like this. In the town I was staying in, Bluefield, if I wanted to get groceries, the best place was the Walmart. You want to get an avocado, you want to get probably the most fresh fruits and vegetables outside of a garden, it was Walmart. And so when you have it go away in a community like this, I mean, we're sort of entering, I think we'll get into it today, sort of food desert territory where it's a far way to get pretty much all your staples. You know, outside of mini marts and chips and sugar drinks and whatnot. Very interesting story I was told yesterday by a local. And he told me back in the day with the coal mining companies, the miners would be paid in scripts, which was their own currency. Each coal mining company had their own currency. The catch was you'd have to go to the equivalent of the Walmart back then, which was a massive general store, depending on the mine, where you'd buy your food, your clothing, whatever you needed, you'd buy there. But you could not take that currency and go anywhere else with it. You want to leave town, you want to go off to the coast on a vacation with your family, forget about it. Your money only worked for the business that you worked for, which is insane. In Welsh. This is the county seat. I'm guessing the biggest town here. And look at these buildings. Wow, look at this place. Looks like a massive old school up there. Wonder what it is now. We have a jail down here. I think that's what that is. I was told in the last town, one of the nicer homes there was sold for $25,000. So something like this is almost a giveaway at this point, I bet. Closed permanently, 3/13/23. The Panda Garden out of business. Everything pretty much vacant right now. Walk right down the center of the street here. Day, you can see the boss looking over the workers. Very, very hard work.
Oh, shit. I ever seen one. I'm back. I'm back.
This looks like an office or some sort of manufacturing. It just feels like everybody picked up and left.
Denied.
Building. I was told by a local the other day that these rivers just flowed black back in the day. Socialsecurity.gov. Now we got to meet some locals eventually, but I was told in these parts, and I can't confirm this at all, but roughly half the people are living off some sort of disability or food stamps or some government assistance, and half are working their butts off. Okay, there are two guys up there. First two people in town on the streets. Iraq from 05 to 06?
506 in Baghdad.
A lot of guys here were in the military?
My man here signed up, didn't get to go. Me and him was gonna go in together, and he had to clear some stuff up.
Were you sad that you couldn't go, or did you want to go?
Yeah, I wanted to go back.
Do you guys work in the mines?
Yeah, he worked mines.
I did. I don't anymore.
You don't anymore?
No. You ain't got time to spend no money, so I mean, you don't enjoy life. Just ain't nothing enjoyable about it to me.
So a miner, how much are they working?
I would work 48 hours every week at least, but sometimes 60 hours, 60 plus hours.
And that's underground?
Yeah, underground.
For 60 hours?
60 hours a week.
What does that do to your sleep cycle?
It's terrible. You're always tired, you're walking around, you're a zombie most of the time, you know, so. It's not for me. Now, a lot of people it is for, but it's just not for me anymore.
I did a whole 3 weeks in the coal mine.
You did 3 weeks?
The whole 3 weeks?
What work did you like better, military or coal mine?
Oh, military, for sure.
Good brotherhood in the military?
Can't find it nowhere else.
What about the coal mine? Good brotherhood there?
I wasn't there long enough to know, but yeah. They do stick
Oh,
together.
yeah, it's definitely a brotherhood there. Everybody looks out for each other.
How about in Welsh right now? Is it a close community? People,
oh, yeah.
Pretty tight?
Yeah, it's pretty tight here. Everybody looks out for one another, you know.
You get out of here, this town, you know, everybody's so many different walks of life, but you get out of here, you got the hollers, you got families, they tight.
If you get in a holler, everybody knows everybody.
Oh yeah. You be a kid down there and get in trouble down here, time you get home, about 5 people done called your mama saying, hey, time you get there, they are waiting on you. Everybody knows everybody. It's not a good thing sometimes.
My game crashed.
You know, I had a few friends telling me, don't come into this part of Appalachia. It's going to be super dangerous. People are going to be closed off. And everyone's been cool.
Oh, yeah.
Like everybody.
Hey, people from out of town and stuff, we get it a lot. You know what I mean? Most of these people on these four side by side, they're from other states. They're not from here. They just come down here just to see the country and the mountains.
That's the new industry, huh? You got a bit of tourism out here?
Yeah,
that's helped the little stores really good.
Yeah, since they built that Hatfield-McCoy Trail, it's been mad people coming here from out of town. It's been crazy.
Why the bars here? Is there a lot of crime or no? Break-in?
Not really. It's just this area right here. I guess probably in the early 2000s it was pretty rough, you know.
Okay.
But now everything's kind of calmed down, settled down. So there's not a lot of thieving and stuff like that now, but there used to be. That stuff's probably that place that come in the 90s.
Okay. So it's gotten better in that sense.
Oh yeah, it's gotten better and better and better. It just keeps getting better.
It keeps getting better.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I mean, the population is going down. Or you walk out here, you get every one of these streets would be full, and everybody it'd be bumper to bumper, traffic.
Our generation, most of them left here.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I am 40.
So
He's about 44.
Most of them left. So way back when the streets were busy, when are you talking? 20 years ago?
In the 90s, probably it slowed down in the 2000s.
It slowed down gradually since the 50s.
And the younger kids just don't like to get outside, or what?
These last 2 or 3 generations, I believe they don't really get out much. Most of them can't change a flat, so they ain't. It's a different breed than how we was raised.
They can tell you how to play any kind of game.
Any kind of PlayStation game or anything like that.
Fortnite.
So they're inside on the screens.
That's all they do.
You guys don't want to leave. You want to stay.
Oh, if I didn't have 3 babies here, I'd done been gone.
I've been gone a few times, and I always end up back.
It's a gym now? Did you go to school up there?
It was high school then. Then as the years went by, it turned to a junior high school.
How was it back in the day?
It was real nice. It was real nice.
A lot of kids?
How you been doing?
I've been doing well, thank you, sir.
This used to be a booming place.
It was booming.
Back in the before, well, when the mines shut down, the country and the economy went down, people left, and then the business shut down. But at one time, first could buy anything you wanted here in Welch. If you left Welch because you wanted to, we had all kinds of different grocery stores, cash stands, bus terminal.
You could buy everything you needed.
You buy everything that you needed.
When did the Walmart shut down?
I don't know what Walmart been.
While back.
It's been a while back.
Okay. So you love Welsh?
Been all my life.
Yeah. Good people out here.
Good people around.
Danny, you work in the suntan. You out there on the pool side with the ladies or what?
Somebody told me, so you get any darker, you will look like me. I go, well, who cares?
I'm gonna go up there, guys. I can't walk in or anything, right?
No, it's got a kind of a hill mark to go up, like a driveway.
But you feel free to go wherever that you want to go.
Okay.
You have a good day, man.
You too. Thank you. God bless. There are the guys down there looking up at the school that they went to. It's the cycle of life, and everywhere is always at a different point in the cycle. Maybe there'll be a time where people will see this as a place just to get away from everything, appreciate the architecture. Some industry would have to move in because everything's cheap here as far as living costs. But it looks like there's some bunk beds in here. New windows, so that's being used. God, I love this old style. Oh, it looks like a nursery or something for kids. So the guys used to run through here between classrooms. You can almost hear the door banging open and closed. The laughter off the walls, down the stairs. Recess about to happen. The bell going off, 3 o'clock, end of the day. Gonna get out in town and hang out with friends. This place got me a little emotional. You guys are missionaries?
Yes. Yeah, we're missionaries.
From Utah?
I'm from Utah.
He's from Utah. I'm from Oregon.
You know Appalachia pretty well at this point.
At least this portion of it. I think out of all areas, this like the Welch, like McDowell, a little bit of Wyoming is about the most like West Virginian type, like deep Appalachian you can get.
How have you been received in the hollers?
On the hollers?
Pretty well, actually.
Very well. People out here, very humble people, very kind. I've served in Ashland, Kentucky, down parts of Virginia and stuff.
Yeah.
And then out here, it's been the most kind people that everyone will let you in. A lot of time they're offering like food and stuff, and it's just really, really nice people.
So it's a good place to be a missionary.
Yeah.
Because some places in America, I'm sure the door just shuts in your face really quickly.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I did that once a long time ago.
You did.
Sorry.
I forgive you.
Okay, you got some names?
Yeah, I just wrote down the Panther and Jolo.
Those are two places I gotta go.
Yep.
Take care. Good luck.
You too.
Thank you guys.
Take care.
If you don't ever see me again, I'm in Panther.
Gotcha.
Let my wife know.
Don't go looking for the body.
All right. See ya. It's always interesting to see the missionaries out in the world. They go absolutely everywhere and have zero fear. Take some cojones. It's a one-way road. What, a car every 20 minutes, huh?
Yes.
You guys live right up here?
Yes.
She lives right there, and I live at the first house on the corner.
So what were you saying about your work these days?
I work 68 hours a week, 6 days a week.
68. What's your shift from every day?
5 to 5, 5 a.m. to 5 in the evening, and all the overtime I want.
Do you think people in the country don't understand coal work that well, or what are your thoughts on that?
Working in coal mines, even if it's underground or on top of the ground, it's hard work. And you go out 10, 12 hours a day, If you go underground, you don't see daylight until the end of your shift.
Yeah.
You work out over top of the ground, you got the heat, you got trucks, you got inspectors you got to deal with. It's not an easy job. A lot of people don't understand that if it wasn't for coal mines, a lot of these people around here would be starving to death. They wouldn't have electricity, they wouldn't have heat. And here you got the government and everybody wanting to shut the coal mines down, do away with this, do everything electric. Well, you got to have coal to run electric plants. And a lot of steamships have to have coal to run to transport goods back and forth.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of your coal goes to China, right?
Yeah. It's just, you got to learn the people, you got to learn the culture. And with people out here, everybody thinks we're just dumb country folk. But actually, a lot of us out here are smarter than a lot of people give us credit for.
Yeah.
We work hard, we support our families, and we don't let nobody step in between that. People out here will bend over backwards to help you. They'll give you shirt off your back, as long as you don't make them mad or cross them. Out here, a man's word and his handshake is his bond.
That hasn't gone away?
No, a lot of places around here hasn't.
Thanks, you guys.
You be careful, buddy.
You too. All the best. Guys, so this is a hauler, and the hauler is just a narrow road that goes up a valley off the main road. So what I've been told is, in most haulers, everyone knows everyone really well, and you know, an out-of-stater car or any different car than they're used to, it's well known. So depending on the hauler, and this is just what I've been told, it can be very friendly, very warm and welcoming, or the opposite. But from what I've seen so far in West Virginia, everyone's been very, very, very friendly and hospitable. So let's see if we can get up here. And I don't know what we're gonna see, to be honest. It's looking a little sketch. Alright, sometimes you just can't put the camera on things, and they were junking out on something. Anyways, they were nice at least. I mean, we're deep in now. This is deep, deep, deep countryside, rural America. There's another group of guys I talked to down the road before. I couldn't put the camera on them. That's the problem. You can't just come up and be like, can I put the camera on you? I have to feel it out. You know, a lot of these guys are used to, maybe not used to, but know of how they're portrayed, and you know, most people, not all, but a lot of them that come into this part of the country, put them under the bus, make them look bad, and so rightfully so, they're hesitant to be on camera, and I would be too, 100%. I totally get it. So it's about feeling it out, and then if they're cool, then it's awesome. I can get that conversation on camera, give you guys a look of what it's really like here. We got quite a journey though ahead. It's at least another 4 hours or so to Kentucky, because we took this back road. Looks like maybe an old school renovated into apartments. Guy's washing his house. You can see the soot, which means we're on a coal route. The trucks carrying coal are on this road. So this is definitely a more built out hauler. We got some houses that are barely there, but then some newer stuff. So it's a real mix. You can ask these guys here what's going on. How you doing?
You can come on in.
Oh, thank you, ma'am. So this is a nice hauler. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, number one boat they call
What's that?
They call this number one boat a long time ago.
Oh.
They got now they changed what's the name up now, May?
Bartley Branch Road.
Bartley Branch Road. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the haulers are basically, they go up a valley. Everybody knows everybody.
Yeah.
Is that the story?
Yeah, everybody knows everybody.
Everyone knows everyone's business.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, yes. I've been here since '69.
You've been here since '69.
Yeah.
Has it changed at all?
Oh, yeah. I thought you might be interested in looking at this. I've opened
Thank you,
my
ma'am.
closet. Tells about all kinds of mines all around McDowell County.
We're still in McDowell.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you're in McDowell County.
And so coal is everything here, right?
Yeah. Coal's the history here. You know, Biden and Manchin want to take the coal out of West Virginia. What are the people going to do? That's the only thing people got to live on. You know, working in the mines.
It's the only economy out here,
That's
huh?
only, ain't no factories in here, you know. And coal mines the only thing keeping this place going.
Did you work in the mines?
Yeah, I worked in the mines.
How many years?
I worked a long time doing the pillar falls and stuff. You had to, you know, crawl on your knees, run and stuff. When that, you take all the coal out on your pillars. Sometimes the tops are heavy, the timbers wouldn't hold the top.
Oh, okay.
Or the roof bolts,
Yep.
you know, roof bolts and all come out. One night I told a buddy of mine, I said, hey, the miners cut too far against the wall there. I said, water's peeping out the right side of the corner of the cut. We got water in the man trip we was riding. We was in the back of it, and that water was 12 breaks of water backed up. And it just blowed that coal out just like a explosion, you know. The water was deep, but you feel electricity. We had rubber gloves and suits on, but you could still feel power through.
You saved some coal miners.
Yeah.
How many?
I had about 8 of us working on the evening shift there.
You saved 8 people?
Yeah, when that water blowed out there.
Wow. Wow.
So this chapter right here tells you all about what happened down here at this mines. And then it gives you a
How
list
many
of,
people died in these mines here?
I think they said there were 90-some.
90-something people died.
91.
Wow.
Down here at this mines in Bartley. It's got all their names listed. There's the big monument. It was down here at Mouth Holler, and they moved it.
Moved it up
right
right
up
that
the
white
road.
church right up from me.
Yeah.
So do you guys, I mean, you talk about it all the time. You live, you eat, and breathe it, right? Coal? That's
Yeah, that's the only thing keep us going, you know.
Yeah.
Mine's just like being at home to me. You know, when I worked every day, just like being at home. You know, the mine's really safe from what it is out here. You gonna get killed with a car or airplane.
This is a man and his young son. Both of them were killed down here in this mines.
So you were saying when Biden came in, he tried to shut the mines down, his policies?
Well, they talk about Manchin and Biden is against the coal. If we don't get somebody in there for the coal, everybody be losing 100,000 jobs around here.
So no, it's interesting. I looked in McDowell County, the voter records. It was very blue here, like 70% Democrat, and then it just changed the last couple of elections to hard red.
Yeah, Republican.
Because of the policies, right?
Yeah.
So whatever policies support coal, you're going to vote for that guy.
Yeah, Trump for the coal.
Yeah.
And John Justice for the coal, you know.
Yeah.
And if we get somebody in there want to go windmills or gas, everybody be out of job around here.
Yeah, what would you do if you didn't have coal?
Well, if we didn't have coal, everybody be hurting because they got to make steel with that coal. And, you know, a lot of things they make with coal. And if we don't keep the coal, they ain't gonna have no coal to make steel and stuff with.
So you can't make steel with gas, natural gas, or oil, right? You have to make it with coal?
Yeah, you have to make it with coal. Something, you know, burn hot coal. Natural gas ain't gonna make metal.
My dad was killed down here in this mines before I was born. He was killed in March, and I was born in August.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wow.
And my late husband, he didn't work this mines, but he worked what they call the wagon mines. When we were first married, he worked, they had cars, they called them cars then. They hold what, Jay, a ton or so?
Yeah, 2 tons.
They wasn't very high.
Okay.
And the coal was real low, and he would come home and tell about how he would lay down on his side and take a big shovel, and the shovel was about this wide.
That's a number 4 shovel.
Take it and shovel that coal up in them cars. And they'd hold a ton to 2 ton of coal, and he got $1 a car.
Do you have internet out here?
Yeah.
You do?
Yes.
Great. I was told you didn't.
Part-time.
Part-time.
Yeah, part-time internet.
Part-time.
So not what?
It goes in and out. Sometimes when it goes from, out, it'll stay out for days and weeks at a time.
Wow. So
like the telephone, sometimes they go out for 2 weeks, don't they?
Or more.
The telephone goes out for 2 weeks.
I don't have what they call landline phone no more. I just use cell phone.
You get cell phone coverage now. This hauler. So if I go up to the top, you think that's okay?
Yeah, you're gonna travel all the way.
Go past the go all the way to the top, go out past the graveyards, and just keep on going. And then when you get out there past the church, you'll turn down a hill, and when you get right at the bottom there, make your left.
So it's a circle. It's a circle.
Yeah, it's a circle.
I won't come back this way. I'll just keep going around.
If you want to.
Okay, I think I'll explore. Why not? Thank
Would you like a cold bottle of water?
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
you married well. You married?
Yeah, I've been married, let's see. My second marriage, I've been married now. There you go.
Thank you so much.
How long I've been married, mate? 20 years?
What?
How long I've been married? 20 years?
Long time, Jay.
Long time.
I said he married well. He married the right woman.
He married my ex-daughter-in-law.
Wait, he's married to you?
He married my ex-daughter-in-law, and his brother is married. One of his brothers is married to one of my daughters.
Yeah.
And now you two are married.
No.
Oh. I thought you were husband-wife. I'm sorry.
No. I've known him all his life, so.
Yep. Okay. Gotcha.
Like I said, he married my oldest son's ex-wife.
Okay. Gotcha.
I'll stop in, sit around and talk to her. She don't get too much, a lot of people, too much company anymore. Every time I go up to my brother's, I'll stop down here and talk to you, don't I?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. So you guys are all connected here. Everyone knows everyone.
Yeah.
That's nice. You don't feel lonely.
If something goes wrong, something happens, the neighbors pitch in and help. They do what they can, a death in the family or sickness, bad sickness, somebody gets hurt or something.
Pitch in, like just put their time in, or they actually help with money too if they need it?
With money, and death. They cook food, bring it in.
Okay.
All that.
Even if it's different families.
Yeah.
That's great. That's really special.
I know everybody. I think up and down this road here in this holler.
You know everyone.
I watched them grow up. Small kids. They played with my kids.
Are you the grandma of the holler?
I guess.
About 20 minutes into the holler, we have the Dunford Family Cemetery. Just passed some great people. They came up to the door here. We were talking for a while. I just couldn't run the camera. Just a lot of that. But I'm getting some of it. I'm getting some of it for you guys. I'm sure this is super important to the locals here.
Family is absolutely everything here. Many generations living under one roof, quite often. And in these haulers, some of these families came 4 or 5 generations ago and have stayed. And I've been told some never leave. They actually just never leave the hauler. Or maybe they get out a bit, but Charleston, the capital, is like a world away. Forget about DC, New York, California. Those are like a different galaxy. Well-kept cemetery, Dunford Dial. Another Dunford, Dunford, Dunford. This is the Dunford Row. And we're not gonna get a name on those. Gus Cyphers. Very short life of 18 years. Don't know what's going on over there. All right, just had the coolest conversation with a guy. It's too bad. He didn't want to be filmed. Him and his family were out there at this pretty nice house. He works as a manager. I believe it was a manager at one of the coal companies. They cannot hire young people straight out of high school without a college education or anything for $80,000 to $100,000. He also stated roughly 60% of kids under 20, so I'd say teen years, are on drugs of some sort and don't want to work. So I hate to put the negative story in here, but I like to capture the reality. And that's one man's opinion and his experiences. Doesn't mean it's, you know, through and through fact. But that's how we learn about like the local, on the ground perspective. Great guy, really cool guy, but a bit pessimistic about like the future of this place because of the drugs and the fact that kids just do not want to work. He was 45, I think, and said, yeah, in his generation, it was everyone got to work, and now he said this is gonna die out here eventually. He also said there are prostitutes in some of these small towns. The dope heads don't mess with them because everyone's packing. The lady, grandma of the hauler, the dope heads don't mess with her because she'll shoot them, he said. Just such a good dude. Just honest, straightforward, no BS. That's what you get. Just going off these random roads, deep, deep, deep in the hollers of West Virginia. Started to get a lot nicer down here as far as properties. But Virginia has, from first impressions, a bit of a different feel. I gotta say, I miss West Virginia. I met such cool people in that state. Here in Grundy, Virginia. Been out of West Virginia for just about 30 minutes. Feels like a different world out here. The Walmart is the luxury edition.
Social media has absolutely destroyed, you know, an entire generation as far as the only thing they know how to do is play on cellular phones.
So you were saying when I was inside, it's tough finding kids to work. They don't want to work?
Very hard. Around these parts, I mean, a lot of it goes back to the morals that the families have taught them, and I don't believe they're teaching them the responsibility of work ethic in society.
Okay. I was thinking when I got out to the sticks of West Virginia, it was going to be a bit immune from that. Maybe I was a bit naive. I honestly thought it would be like kids on the streets, BMX bikes.
Society in general, social media has definitely ruined.
Now I'm creating social media. But these are long form videos.
The kind of social media you're doing though, if people look at it and understand it, maybe they'll let their kids get out, you know, and kick rocks, play kickball. I mean, something besides just
Except this one you have working. You said she's on it.
We have very few kids that are 18 to 24 that actually get out and try to produce at a job.
You're holding this place up, huh?
Trying.
Keep these guys in line?
I'm trying.
Is that okay? I'm doing a video on Appalachia.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, cool.
So how about the generation you came out of high school with, Shay? What percentage would you say are actually working class Americans at this point?
At this very point,
At this
from
very-
my class, I would say maybe 50%,
50.
if that. Because personally, I'm going to be honest with you, my best friend from high school is currently locked up in prison for drugs. So
Just as you were saying a while ago.
I've seen multiple people from my graduating class on drugs and, I mean, just down a wrong path in general. And these are people that have been given opportunities to like, go further in life, and they just choose not to. They're content with being what they are, you know?
What is it right now? Fentanyl?
Yes.
Yes.
Bad.
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 Very bad.
Okay. So you're saying 50% of kids out here, they're working their butts off. Oh, I don't want to call you a kid. Sorry. How old are you? 18?
I'm 23.
Okay. Sorry. 23. Okay. Young adult. 50% are working their butts off. 50% are junked out on drugs.
Yes.
Yeah.
And a lot of these people, they have kids, and their parents are raising their kids while they're out here just doing whatever they want to do.
They're junked out on drugs, or mom and dad still taking care of them.
It's crazy that we're in the same state right now as Fairfax County, right near DC, right? That's where the power center is. That's the nerve center of the country.
Without a doubt.
They're not really caring about
An
you out
amazing
here, huh?
story that we have here personally.
Yeah.
I give people a second chance. Always have.
Yeah.
We have a girl here right now who just worked 2 jobs. She finished up 1,400 hours of community service.
From a drug pass.
From a drug situation. She's really straightened herself out, and she is a role employee here.
1,400 hours?
1,400 hours.
She would go to the courthouse and work 9 to 4, 9 to 5,
Yeah.
come straight here and work 5 to 10, 5 to 11.
And then
whatever
drive
it is.
almost an hour home.
Yep.
So when you were in high school, was it hard to avoid the drugs, or it was easy? It was just like that crowd's over there and we're over here, and I have nothing to do with it.
There was drug usage during high school when I was in high school, but it wasn't as bad. Like, it was not as easy to get your hands on something, you know? Like, I was one of those people that nobody really talked to me. I mean, I just stayed to myself. I was kind of a A student. I done what I had to do, and then I went home. And I worked from the time I was 16 until now.
Yep.
So, and I'm actually getting ready to graduate college with my associate's degree in criminal justice.
Nice.
So,
Been here since she's 16.
been here since I was 16.
Congrats.
Thank you.
That's
And
cool.
And it was kind of hard.
Now, are you going to pull over your manager when he's speeding now?
Maybe. Yeah. He's gonna get pulled over a lot, I can tell you that much.
And it was harder for me to stay away from it in my generation because everybody was smoking marijuana, which is completely nothing anymore.
You would be amazed at
But as far-
what you can walk into a store and buy now.
And it's changed that much in 5 years?
Yes. The drugs are growing rapidly in this little small community. I hate to
And
admit
it got even worse after COVID.
It did, because everybody was just isolated and you had nothing else to turn to
Well,
at that
they were
point, or at
paying
least that's
people
what
to
they
sit
thought.
at home.
But
They make more money at home than they work to get out and work.
Yeah.
This is true, yeah, this is true.
So all those nice houses coming into Grundy from West Virginia, who are those people? Cold, old money stuff? Or?
Some of them, I mean, and then you have, you know, your school teachers. They live in some of the nicer homes.
So this is a place where the school teacher can live in a nice home.
Oh, yeah. You just got out of high school, right? So how many people from your high school class do you know that are out here in our community doing work? Doing work? Yeah, actually working like you will. I'd say probably around 25%. Like, the majority of them are either on checks or living with their parents, and they don't really care to work. I've tried getting them into an engineering program to tell them, you need to do something. Mom and Dad ain't gonna be able to take care of you forever. You're not gonna always have people in your life to support you. You have to, you know, actually try to make a name for yourself, but...
So checks, how do 19-year-olds get checks?
Well, see, one of my buddies, he got a check because he had a seizure, so he gets $600 like every month.
What was his seizure from?
They said it was from some Japanese disease he had ever since he was born. He was born with it. And one of my friends, he went on disability. He has anxiety, so he still lives with his parents. He still draws those checks. He doesn't try to work.
How old?
He is 20.
Is it legitimate, the anxiety, or is it just like, just to get the money?
Honestly, I can't tell because he does seem to have like panic attacks. Personally, I believe anxiety is something we all share, and it's just something you can work yourself into. But he's always kind of used it as like a crutch, pretty much, to get him out of taking tests, to get him out of participating in physical education.
Right.
And
So he's
now,
he's milking the system.
I believe so.
Okay.
And
so a lot of kids your age are doing that?
Unfortunately, yes.
Me personally, I came from a long line of drug users. I will be the first in my family to hold a college degree. I have to protect myself in order to keep getting further in life.
Please don't crash,
When they
please don't
put me
crash.
on the anxiety and depression medicine,
Okay.
it was just irritation all the time. Like every little thing. Usually I'm a very patient person. I train people here on a daily. I have a child and everything. And I'm very cool, calm tempered. Like I'm not an angry person at all. And it made me so like irritated. Like every little thing would just piss me off. But once I quit taking it, like I had a couple days where I just did not want to get out of bed at all. It was just horrible. But after about a week of not taking it, I felt normal. And then I figured out, different coping mechanisms like meditation. I do that. I go on my hikes with my son. We walk the dog.
Cool.
And we have a whole farm full of animals. Like we've got lizards, snakes, everything. So we kind of keep ourselves occupied,
So you're off the medication now, and you found better therapy through nature, walks.
Yes.
How many people do you think are on medicine, roughly?
Around here?
Yeah.
I would say quite a few, but
What
what
percent?
they do,
What percentage?
In this area, 65% of the people would be on some kind of medicine, some form. And I mean, as far as the depression medicine, I'd say well over half on it alone.
But see, what they do is a lot. We had an employee that worked here. He would not let the medicine get in his system. It would make him do all these crazy things, and then he'd go to the doctor and tell him it wasn't working, and they'd put him on something else. And plus, he was doing other things with this medicine. I don't know what, and and I seen that, and I was going,
18-year-old kid.
yeah, 18-year-old kid ruined his life almost.
I just caught one like that. Look, if you look
You guys mind if I film this? Is that cool?
Let's see if I can hook into it. If I hook into it, you can film the whole thing. I gotta get down in here though. I don't think you'll be able to get down in here. It's all mud.
I'll get you from above.
Dude, I had one that was beating my pole up under the bridge. And then that one that I just hooked broke me off instantly.
Yeah, that one big one is like that.
Am I scaring the fish? Sitting up here?
Not really, but I believe I done scared them because I hooked that big one and then it broke me off. And
Oh, you should have been here 10 minutes ago, man.
I missed the moment. Hey, so your buddy here was saying you're a diesel mechanic.
yeah,
You're going to school for it, right?
yeah.
Cool. Good to hear these stories, because I was just downtown and they're saying kids aren't working at all these days.
I want to go to college, get my degree in history and archaeology.
Nice. Nice. And your boy's here from Indiana?
Yeah.
You work at Dairy Queen?
Yep, manager at Dairy Queen.
Manager?
Yep.
Nice. How old are you?
16.
Are you the youngest manager in Dairy Queen history?
Blew up in 1939.
What, the mine?
Yeah, killed like 50 people. It's still up there too. There's a carving on the mine entrance with the date on it. They brought a bunch of Italian sculptors in here to do it.
Oh, no way.
That says 1937 on it. The guy I know, Ed Talbot, he's going to start making a heritage trail up there very soon.
Cool. So you guys really respect your miners.
Yes, sir. And then also, we're really proud of our veterans here, too. Matter of fact, during the Civil War, this county supplied supplied men for 3 units to go in. The 34th Virginia Cavalry, 10th Kentucky Cavalry, and the 2nd Virginia State Line.
You're into history.
What really got me into it was my grandma telling me stories about my pawpaw, or about my 3rd great grandfather was her pawpaw. He was a native, half native, and he signed up in the 34th. He fought Gettysburg, Sharpsburg, all that. That's what really got me into it. Private Andrew Cole, Company C, 34th Virginia Cavalry, Witcher's Battalion. I got a grant at Longwood University, 4 years, history, archaeology up in Farmville.
They paying your tuition?
Mm-hmm.
Full ride?
Yeah, and then 2 years of it I'll be spent in London.
UK, London.
Wait, what? Sing for me?
Sing for it.
What do you want me to sing?
Follow you to Virgin.
Yeah, I sing too. Of course, these boys had to bring it up.
Let's hear it.
Is the strongest metal of them all.
That before these callous hands and all this work, we used to sit up at the flies, acting like we lived forever, getting high and skipping class. Yeah, I reckon we were heathens, but in her eyes we were saints. Now we're calling all the boys home, as heaven's angels carried her away. So I follow you to Virgie, and although it hurts me so, lay to rest this mountain beauty that the world's called home. And I can see her up in glory, I can see her through the pines.
Thanks, man. That was so cool.
When you're a bored kid in Appalachia, I mean, you get into anything that's interesting. I mean,
so you either get into anything interesting or you get into drugs, right?
I mean, pretty much. It is an epidemic here. It's bad. And it's not so much the marijuana and stuff like that. It's stuff like meth, heroin, things of that sort. I've seen my family destroyed by it. I've seen other people's families destroyed by it. My stepfather was on the meth real bad. He's no longer with us, cousin.
I'm sorry, man.
But I want to show people that Appalachia is not, that we are more than just drugs and coal mining. I mean,
Yeah.
we have history here that spans, if you're counting the Native American history, spans about 1,000 years.
Right.
We have so much more to offer, the culture, the music, the people. The people are just great.
I agree.
I mean, folks here will help anyone. It doesn't matter who you are. That's what I love about it here, is that no matter what your background is, no matter where you come from, they'll help you.
Yeah.
If you're a good person, if you have respect, they will help you. And yeah, sometimes we get a little rowdy, sometimes we get a little reckless, but, you know, just good-hearted people.
So what do you think is needed in Appalachia?
Better leadership, I think. Pride. Not a lot of folks are proud of who they are.
They're not proud here. I thought Appalachian people were very proud.
Well, the older generation is. But a lot of the younger generation, you know, they've kind of lost their way a little bit.
Why do you think they're not proud?
Because people's never taught them. People's never taught them where they come from, where they, how resilient they actually are, you know?
Right.
Because our ancestors, at least mine, speaking for mine, I'm a direct descendant of Viking kings. All the kings in Southwest Virginia is descended from Bjorn Ironside. First king in America was a guy named Geron Sweenus Bjornsson. He got the last name King as a nickname, as an epithet.
given to him because he was in the Swedish Army, and he was the bastard son of a noble from the House of Munzo.
Mm-hmm.
And he came to Pennsylvania in the 1620s. And his descendants actually moved south. His great-grandson, Lieutenant Matthias Keene, ended up founding Keene Mountain. And he was a soldier in the Continental Army. I mean, badass people. Very badass people.
Makes you proud to be a descendant of that, right?
Yeah.
You got that was a
That was instant, man.
that was allowed. I got this.
Oh my God. I just hooked into a giant and lost him. Lost him. Oh, you lost
You lost him again.
The Romans just copied the Greeks' homework and made it a little different.
Who are you a bigger fan of, the Romans or the Greeks?
Oh, Greeks, 100%. I kind of do have a little bit of beef against the Romans.
You have beef against the Romans?
A little bit.
Why?
Because what they did to the Germanic people. Not just Germanics, but the Celts too. Mass genocide, man. They got them back. Special Battle of Teutoburg Forest, 85 AD. You know the whole story of Arminius?
Right. You are way more up on this stuff than me.
Arminius was a Germanic auxiliary for the Romans, but he defected and was a general for the Germanic tribesmen. Led them into the Black Forest, set trees ablaze, cut them down, divided up the legionaries. It was a bloodbath. General Varus was killed too. And it also confused the Romans because Arminius was still wearing his Roman armor. And actually, if you go to Munich, there's a statue of Arminius. Me and my camp, the Lieutenant Colonel Vincent A. Witcher camp of the Sons of Confederate Veterans, we put up the first Confederate statue in Buchanan County last year at my family cemetery. It was at the grave of my fourth great grandmother, Elizabeth Jackson Kelly, and her husband died during the Battle of McDowell in Highland County, Virginia.
So, okay, for many people, when they hear Confederate, all they think is of racism immediately.
Nah, man.
What are your thoughts on that? Like, do you have friends from different ethnicities, or is that an issue?
Oh yeah. I don't have a problem with anybody. My fourth great grandfather on my dad's side was a black man who fought in the Confederate Army. His name was Private Nathaniel Hawthorne, and he was a sharpshooter for the 37th Virginia Infantry from Russell County. Racism confuses me. It really does. Simply because of the fact that we all come from the same place. First evidence of humanity popped up in Africa about 2 million years ago. That's where humanity come from. We are all humans. That's why racism, I think, is, excuse my French, kind of bullshit. You know, it's made to divide people. It's made to tear people down.
I didn't get my first cell phone until I was 15 years old. I woke up at daylight, went with my papa. We worked in the garden. When it come hay time, we mowed, tethered, raked, all the hay. I've threw hay bales since I was 8 years old. I've pushed around 4x4 bales of hay, rows. They're like that big around. I've rode them around. I got a dirt bike one time, messed the wheel up on it. Had to have a whole new chain, had to have a carburetor, everything. Dad looked at me, and it was because he wanted me to have responsibility and work for what I got because I'd appreciate it more. And I had to go out, I weed eated, and then I fixed my motorcycle with the money I made. Anything I've ever had, my dad helped me with one vehicle. He paid half on my first vehicle. That's all he done. From now on, I'm 18 and I've probably had 40 vehicles.
40?
40.
40.
Just trading up. I'd fix them up, sell them. You can ask Zach, that's all I've ever done is work on vehicles. I could take this truck right here, take the motor and transmission out of it tonight, and tomorrow day have everything put back together.
So you're saying kids don't work like you did?
No, they don't. Some of them do, now don't get me wrong.
50-50?
Yeah, because nowadays it's like mommy and daddy spoils you. And I guess that's just how it goes.
Not only that, but a lot of people around here are on like checks. They get checks for Social Security, and that's how the youth is brought up here. They're brought up that, okay, so my mom and dad live this way, so it ain't a problem.
I can live that way, you know. That's what they think. Okay.
But you guys weren't brought up like that?
No. I've watched this boy right here with his mama. They completely redone the inside of a house that was from what, 19 or 1800s?
Yeah, my house was built in 1910.
And I've watched him rebuild that whole house. This man can build anything out of wood. Make you tables, make you chairs, anything you want. He's a woodwork guy.
Yeah.
But now I'm not gonna lie to you. Schooling, you put a book in front of me, I'm an idiot. I'm in college for 6 months right now. One of my welding classes, I get my diesel, I get my Class A CDLs, and then as soon as I'm done with that, I go straight to work.
And you're really set because less people your age are doing that now, I think, right?
I think that I'm doing it because, in a way, it's the only thing that I know. And I lived paycheck to paycheck growing up. That's how it went. It wasn't because Dad and them couldn't provide for us. It was because my dad was in a bad motorcycle accident and he couldn't hardly walk. But I want more for my kids than what I had. I'm not going to give them everything. They're still going to have to work for stuff. Like, I didn't go on my first vacation, like an actual vacation, like let's say to the wilderness, till I was with my best friend and I earned the money to pay for it. Because Dad, he couldn't walk around the way that everybody else did. And then I've carried him from inside my house to his truck, set him in his truck.
Should just say right now.
All the way back in the house because
Oh, gosh.
But besides all that, there's kids here that work, and they work their hind end off.
Ooh.
But then there's them kids that's privileged, that it's because of the Social Security check. Why would you give a drug head Social Security when he's putting all of his money towards something that is tearing this state down? Why would you do that, knowing that they are a drug addict?
So why do you think they do
I
it?
know at least 20 people that have to go to the methadone clinic every other week just because they're so hooked and they draw Social Security.
All right, guys, Kentucky, 10 minutes that way, but we're not going to make it today because it's getting dark. What an amazing adventure today through Appalachia, through the far most removed part of Appalachia. You can see how important coal is. It's sort of the center point
Oh my
of
God.
everything in this region. It's beautiful. The people are fantastic as far as everyone I met today. And some didn't want to get on camera, understandably so. But you saw some of them on camera, which were great. And drugs, obviously. I mean, that's everywhere in the country. Going up, but I think it's even more concentrated here in this region. Tomorrow, meeting up with a 5th generation coal miner in Kentucky. That will be the next video. And thanks for coming along. Until the next one.
Die.
This should put a dent in your arrogance.
Damn, dude. I could have made it. Okay, so I did. I think I watched this one, right? Or no, I did this one.
They go right out of high school into the mines. Yeah. What is this, a mine shaft down here?
Deep mines.
That is some crazy work. You're just under here in the dark.
We say what we mean and we mean what we say.
No BS.
No, there's no book here.
When they pass away, it's like fish being out of water.
You would tell the young people just to leave?
Last week, my husband worked 73 hours in the coal mines.
If the flame burned a certain color, they know they were methane. Miner knowed it was time to get out of there. I was the first person in this county that was ever prescribed Oxycontin.
This is all family?
This is all family.
That's the truth to that right there. It takes a rare breed for coal mine.
This is Wes on the motorcycle. He met me at the hotel because he said, hey, there's no easy way into my place. You'll get lost. When you have the coal miner Matt, it's official.
Yeah.
You're 5th generation, right, Wes?
It's a life of its own, man.
What would you do out here if there wasn't coal?
But if they wasn't, what coal mining's left around here, this place would just dry up. It already has, I mean, pretty much.
But these look like all pretty well taken care of homes.
Well, this is all retired coal mines. 95% of the men you meet here, they all went to coal mines when they was 18-year-olds. Some of them younger. My dad started when he was 17.
So they go right out of high school into the mines?
Yeah.
Your dad lives up here?
Yeah, Dad lives right up top of the hill here. Dad's health started declining a little bit. I come up to be around him. And my grandpa got killed in '57.
How'd he die?
Coal mines. When I started in the mines, I started in '89. Just in this community, just Kaywood, not Harlan County, but just Kaywood. There were probably over 100 coal mines just in this little area here.
Oh, wow.
Now there's none. Coal mining started here in 1903, I think. It was actually before then because they hand dug. Back in the day, everybody had their own little mine. They just dig out the bank. And
They'd have like little family mines here?
everywhere, they dig the coal out. They actually used it for heat, cooking, whatever. And when coal finally picked up, they did come in here and start mining it then. Some of the guys got rich, some of the people got ripped off. I got a 12-year-old, he's probably still asleep, but...
You don't want him in the mines, or do you when he grows up?
No. His education comes before everything. His academics is unreal for him to just be going in 6th grade. He's got awards hanging in there. I mean, medals from the Governor's Scholar Program.
So you're super proud?
Oh, my God.
So it's been 5 generations, and you're okay with it stopping?
Yeah, my oldest son, he actually went into mining, and he worked. When I decided to come out, which I know that I had black lung, and I was already seeing a black lung doctor before I come out, but the mines was declining, and I'd already talked to my son and told him, I said, you need to be looking towards something else. Now, today, he makes almost $200,000 a year.
Doing what?
He is electrical. He works for one of the lineman companies.
Black lung. Explain that to us. From the sounds of it, you work long enough down in the mine, your lungs turn the color of coal, right?
Well, what it does, it scars your lungs. Also, a lot of the rock, when it gets in there, the doctors, when they describe it to you, they say it's like little small shards of glass, and it just cuts and scars. Dad had 5 brothers. He's the only one living, and the sister's husband also, they worked in the mines, and we've watched every one of them die, and the doctors describe it as when they pass away, it's like a fish being out of water. I mean, you go in there and you know it, eventually that's what's gonna happen, but when you got a job that's paying, when I started, I mean, it sounds crazy, I made $8 an hour, but back in '89, hell, that was good money. Minimum wage was probably, what, $4 an hour or something, $3.75, something like that. So really, I mean, you started out making good money. And as it went along, I mean, when I come out, I was making $32 an hour as a foreman. Now, my cousin, I don't know if he's home or not. We may be able to get him to come out and talk to you. He's still working. He's got about 34 years in, I think, now.
34 years in the mines?
Yeah, he's real close to it. If he ain't got that, he's real close to it.
So in this, is this a holler or no?
This is what you would call a ridge.
Okay, in the ridge you got a bunch of family, huh?
Yeah, this is all family. Everybody except this house here.
And that's very Appalachian, right?
Yeah,
You grow up, you stay, the family generations.
Yes, sir.
Churn for years, and in these parts it's coal that's just kept everything going.
Yeah, and the families are so tight knit. When Dad's dad got killed in '57, 3 years later,
right?
his brother gets killed. They've got all these kids. You know, back then it was normal for a family to have 8, 10 kids or whatever. So, you know, they all had to just chip in and raise gardens and kill hogs and just take care of each other, you know what I'm saying?
We say what we mean, and we mean what we say. If we like you, and if we don't, we don't. And you'll always know where to stand with us, because if we don't like you, then we'll just tell you, you know, we won't be mean to you. We won't be mean to you at all. You know, we will, you know, say, come on up, and I don't know who you are, but you know, you want something to drink? You know what I mean? But if we like you, and if we don't, we just say our howdies and keep on going.
No BS.
No, there's no bull crap in here. NNY, Jenny, Johnny,
Smith,
as you would say, my name is Jenny Smith. I've been with the coal miners since 1989.
Started at the same time.
Did y'all start at the same time? And his dad was a coal miner, and his grandfather was a coal miner, along with his uncle, which is his dad.
Great-grandpa.
Was great-grandpa too?
Bert was too, yeah.
Great-grandpa was a coal miner. So you had like four generations right there. 5?
A little bit.
6. He knows more about than I do. But as far as uncles, they all coal mined. But as far as wanting better for our kids, yes, because coal is just something that's just not promised.
So that's got to be hard for you, because it keeps the lights on, it pays the bills, it's good money, it's one of the few it's the main industry out here.
Right.
But then you don't want the youth to continue on.
Absolutely.
No.
So what do you want them to move out of town, or?
Well, go to school.
Okay.
Go to school. Do an education. Just like my daughter, we wanted her to go to college and better herself. We didn't want her, which, you know, she's a girl, and a girl probably wouldn't work in the coal mines, but we wanted her to go to school. His 16-year-old brother, we don't want him in the coal mines. We want him to go to college and make something of themselves.
So that just recently changed then. This whole get the family out of coal.
No, actually, my dad begged me to go to college and not go to coal mines.
Oh, okay.
Because of the way his health declined. I mean, my dad's been down now since what?
15 years.
At least.
Last week, my husband worked 73 hours in the coal mines.
That's normal.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
yes, that's
Yeah,
normal for him.
especially if
So you're not seeing them.
No, he leaves at 4:30. He has to be at work by 6, and he comes in at 6 or 7 o'clock of the evening every day to provide for his family and his grandbabies.
They had to call me out of school because my son was taking panic attacks because he heard me talking to my girlfriend about going back to the coal mines.
My husband works for a place called Inmet Mining. They're out of Knoxville, Tennessee, and they had to file bankruptcy. And we're in limbo right now trying to see if somebody else is going to come in and take over the place of employment that he works, or they're going to just shut the doors. But they are doing it the right way. They did give us the WARN Act as far as like the layoff letters that we've gotten in the mail. They've done everything. The only thing that they're not doing is letting the miners know for sure what's going to go on.
And they won't.
And like
so it just that happens a lot, like when the mines are busy?
No, when the mines are, I really don't know how to answer that, Wes. How would you answer that?
Well, I mean, like when Jay Justice come in here, you know, and raised all the wages. I mean, when people went from working for $13.50 an hour, I mean, I worked for $13.50 an hour for years, and that was good money around here. Jay comes in, raises the wages, $18 an hour, you know, to $20-some an hour. Then when he decides he's just ready to shut down, you just go into work one day, and, you know, like where I was foreman, they called me in and they said, tell everybody go home.
That happens. That has
we're
happened
shut
a
down.
lot. Yes. This letter shall serve as a layoff notice 14 days from the beginning of June 2nd.
So very stressful for you right now?
Yeah, I'm not knowing. You know what I mean? Thank the good Lord above, I was able to pay my house off like a few months ago.
Good
So I
for
mean
you.
that takes a load off, and the only thing that we owe for is the pleasures of life, such as a side-by-side, a boat, a pontoon. You know what I mean?
Wait, you forgot the race car.
Oh no! Don't be throwing off on the race car. Yeah, that race car provides our living. That's what he drives back and forth to work every day.
Oh, okay.
That's what he drives back and forth to the coal
Gotcha.
mines every day.
You're saying this is in the last 4 or 5 years?